Hey everyone, Robert with Robert Nixon Real Estate. This week's interview is going to be with Jordanna Holmes from Cunningham and Rivard Appraisals. So I'm going to ask her a few questions and hopefully she'll have some interesting info for us. You want to say hi, Jordanna?
Hi.
So my first question is, how long have you been an appraiser?
I think it was 2004 I started, but with the company, but I've been appraising since 2005.
Okay. So quite a while.
Yes.
What made you decide to get into appraising?
Actually, funny story. I came on as a receptionist for Dennis, Mark's, who was the owner of the company at the time, and he asked if I could come help out Debbie, our receptionist at the front desk, while she went on holidays, and I got bored being the front desk receptionist, and he said, well, why don't you go with Sean up to Cortez Island? And I was like, oh, okay. I saw the easy part of it all, measuring houses. I'm like, I can do this, no problem. Yeah. Didn't see the report writing side of it all, and yeah,
that's
sure
where you gotta get into detail, obviously.
Yeah, and so I went from there.
Cool, so just fell into it from that. Did you go back to being a secretary for a bit, or did receptionist, or did you just get right into it?
No, I went full on into it. I was actually doing schoolwork for business management, and I switched courses.
Okay, so you mentioned you need a degree to do it. So did you go back to school then after that?
Well, yeah, I stayed. I was with North Island College with a business diploma, and then I switched to UBC Sauder School of Business.
So kind of like an apprenticeship, like you're still working on it?
It was an apprenticeship, yeah.
Cool, that's good then.
Yeah, for quite a few years, I think. Apprenticeship was about 2 to 3 years.
I was actually on my naturopath the other day, and like 7 years of schooling, and then I don't know. I mean, I did an apprenticeship as a heavy mechanic, but I couldn't go back to school that long. It would be crazy. It's a lot of work. I mean, getting old, right?
You don't look that
10 years of school and you'd be 50 or something. No. So, what are you most what are you most passionate about? Why are you most? What's your most passionate part about your job? Like, what's the most passionate?
I probably have to say meeting people. You get to know some people year after year. You go there, to.
Like the people that own the places that you do the appraisals for?
Yeah, because I do them for all different reasons. Refinance, state purposes, people appeal for tax assessments, you name it, lots of different reasons.
Yeah, because we don't even really usually see you guys. Like sometimes we'll open a door, but I've seen you once, I think, actually in the field, right? So usually it's the homeowners and stuff.
Very much so, yeah. So for me, it's getting out there and meeting people. I mean, sometimes I go to properties and like, oh, can you stay for tea? Hi, Jordanna, how are you doing?
Sure,
how are your kids? Things like that. You get to know them on a personal basis. So.
And then it's kind of, I mean, you're kind of sales like us too. They might want you back, request you over someone else.
They do, yeah. And it's also word of mouth too.
Yeah, recommend you. So. I love sitting at a computer. I hate being on the public. That's sitting at your desk and stuff sometimes gets old, right? It's just to be able to be social.
On a daily basis, I try to send inspections between pretty much noon and 4. And
right, so you're at the office and then you get out of the office sort of thing. My day's all over the place sometimes. So what do you do appraisals on?
Oh gosh.
Specifically, you just do houses, or you're sort of gotten to that a bit, but.
Yeah, I do houses, duplexes. We've got certified residential appraisers. We can do up to 4plexes.
Okay, so not commercial.
Then above that is commercial level, yeah. So houses, hobby farms. We pretty much our office. We go as far as Courtney, North Island. And then like Gold River, Tasses.
So does your office do commercial? Do you have commercial appraisers in there? So if someone wanted, they could still go there for that. That's a different level, right?
It is, yes.
Cool.
And more schooling.
Oh yeah, more school. Don't go there. More money? Is it more money maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends how busy you are.
Yeah. So your first time you did an appraisal, was that your first time, or would you say that was your first appraisal when you went to Cortez?
No, I didn't do that. I just helped measure houses.
Okay, so can you tell me about
Yeah, they were little cabins. Can't tell you the address, but it was a border house.
Oh, really? So
yeah. My very first house was quite interesting. Let's see, the homeowner let their child draw over the walls, and there was 8 beds set up in the living room. I think I saw the fridge was, when you walk into the foyer, I looked up and I saw the back side of the fridge. I thought, oh, that's interesting.
Where was that? Was that Cam River?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see all kinds.
It's an interesting one. People always ask us to do appraisals, and I'm like, it's no good for the bank. Like, get the proper one if you want for a bank, right?
Yeah.
And we sort of do the same thing, but I mean, you can go into a house, and I mean, you can't, like, the mess doesn't devalue it, but it does, right?
Oh,
Like,
this
it
one
might
is
be 2 days, it might be 2-3 days of
horrific.
cleaning and some paint, which is $10,000, but it'll devalue your house by,
The drywall was completely damaged.
yeah, so.
Yeah, it needed a complete
And when
overhaul.
people walk in, they can see past it, so those houses just
Yeah, it
are
actually
hard sells.
It was sold at a discount, and somebody bought it and ended up refurbishing it inside.
Also, that was an appraiser, like in regards to a contract purchase?
Was that? I think it. No, I think I appraised it and then it went on the market because actually I think the realtor had a hard time valuing it.
So they hired you to do an appraisal.
to come up. Yeah.
Which is interesting. I mean, I guess it sort of goes to having confidence in yourself, but if you're not quite sure, getting a second opinion, right?
Oh,
So
definitely,
hiring an
yeah.
appraiser,
Yeah, we help each other out.
not just guessing.
Yeah.
What do you say is the most challenging aspect of your job?
Oh gosh, definitely I'd have to say when there's not enough comparable properties. So
Yeah,
doing
that's
the
a
time
tough one.
adjustments and watching the market and obviously not having that crystal ball. So you have to be quite aware of supply and demand. That's a big one. Also hobby farms, when there's multiple outbuildings. And,
Oh yeah, and they think they're worth millions.
yeah, a lot of the banks don't allow for outbuildings.
Yeah, I knew
So
that.
occasionally it happens where we have the terms of reference are the house and 5 acres only, but you go and there's 30 acres and it breaks the deal.
And a mechanic shop or something.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's huge. I sold my
Yeah.
house in the shop in
Yeah.
town, right?
And it's unfortunate because say the purchaser is expecting you to value everything, and I have to tell them sorry, and they're mad at me.
Yeah.
But it's not my rules. It's the bank.
Right, and then the seller, sometimes it's hard because the buyer and the seller can't come together on price because of it. And if the buyer can't afford to come up with extra 10% down to make up for the cost,
And it breaks the deal.
yeah, so that's
It's
tough.
really unfortunate, it really is.
Especially for men who want shops. I love how to shop.
Yeah.
And they're not free to build, right? So that's
Yeah.
a tough one.
And too, with the new mortgage laws, I mean, gosh, you guys must see it break deals all the time.
Yeah, there's more collapses. I've been lucky lately, actually, knock wood, but
Yeah.
there is more for sure. The market's changed a little bit.
Yeah.
Your biggest accomplishment as an appraiser?
Ooh, I probably have to say I got up and running pretty fast. I used to sit in my office till 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and my
So studying, like getting.
yeah, I'd have to say, yeah, I got up and running really quickly. I surpassed a couple of my workmates at the time who are no longer with us, but I mean, they're alive, but they're no longer at our office.
Not with your office.
And, yeah, I got up and running probably within a year. I was really fast.
Cool.
I wanted to learn the market as fast as I could, so I literally put my feet up and ordered a big, large pizza for myself.
Yeah.
Learn the market as fast as I could.
Crazy. That's
Yeah.
a long time, really. To get
Yeah,
in.
I was doing long hours there.
Like you say, real estate's a little quicker, and we don't really get trained by any of the. When you get into real estate, don't get taught anything to do with the business or
What?
appraising. I mean, you get taught some mortgage rules and some legal and some like morals, but really it doesn't teach you about running a business or running a real estate business at all. And you just jump in head first or foot first. Yeah, it doesn't really. It's interesting. And
So you don't have any kind of apprenticeship?
no. You just do the course and you go find a brokerage and you don't get me wrong. There's a bit of mentorship, like Brian helps and stuff, but you don't get trained per se.
Yeah.
Brian brings people in and helps you. And I think the biggest help I ever was on doing a market analysis or appraisals type thing to value a house was Vanessa sat down with me one day and made a couple recommendations. And simple little things like pointing out the different styles of buildings and figuring out areas and just a couple little pointers that really helped. Right? So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if it's the best way to have an industry, but that's probably why it's getting harder to get into, right? They're changing the test scores and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So what is your long-term goals?
Long-term
Long-term
goals.
goals as an appraiser, you want to keep doing it forever?
Oh, you know what? I quite enjoy my job. It's very challenging. It's different every day.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and one of the some of these middleman companies like the Nationwide and Solidifies, they have their own form, so it's not the standard form every single time. So I have to.
Oh, like that's those banks?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they're not banks, but they're Solidify. I'd have to say they're called middleman companies.
Oh,
where,
like the third party that the bank delegates through.
Delegates through, so they have ordering platforms, and so they store the appraisals, and then they let the banks see only so much of the appraisal. I think is what I gathered from these companies. Anyways, they have their own forms, so it's very challenging that way. So it's not always just a set form that I have to work in. So I have different platforms and rules and regulations for each bank. So it's very challenging all the time. So long hours though, the appraisal.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say. If anyone wants to get into it, it all depends how much money you want.
Kind of like real estate, 24/7.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting they do that. It's kind of like to avoid a conflict of interest, right? Where a banker will send a certain appraiser that knows it's gonna, you know what I mean? Isn't that partly why they have those middlemen?
Yeah. Well, that was the Fannie Mae and Fannie Mac, the mortgage fraud that happened down in the States.
Right.
So they brought it up to Canada. So, but it's
that was a prevention that they put in place after that. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you would think you'd want a local appraiser to do your house because they know the market.
Yeah.
Because I've been called out to do appraisals, and people are like, "You're the second appraiser through." I said, "Well, who was the first?"
From
some guy from Parksville, Victoria, and Nanaimo. And I'm coming in and I'm fixing what they screwed up because the homeowner wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And then because the Parksville market, they're down, so is Nanaimo, and so is Victoria. So I think they're almost assuming that Calgary's down, but we're up.
And they're not, time to do all the research on the market out here.
We
had those brand new duplexes on Pearson. Adam had one evaluated, and then I sold one, and they came in way low from a manual appraiser. And we're like, well, how is?
Yeah.
I think it might have been your company or something that did the other appraisal, but how is there such a difference when
that's
a
right.
brand new duplex and you go look what's out there for the same price range?
I mean, not all appraisers are doing their job correctly, so you want.
Brian, line 101.
An appraiser that is doing, the best job and
local. For sure, just like a local agent. So I'll go a little bit outside of town, but I'll refer someone out to another client. I don't want to travel to Victoria or something to list the house because they're not getting their best value, right?
And that's the thing. I don't typically try to go to court. Like I'll say, I'll recommend Jackson and Associates, for example.
Even for Courtney.
Even for Courtney, yeah. But if they say, oh, word of mouth is, it's huge, and they say, no, my friend believes in you, and I'd like you to come out. I'm like, okay, then I'll.
You'll do the job.
Yeah, so I literally this week I was at Courtney twice.
It's alright, love her drive. Courtney's nice.
Yeah.
My first sale ever was in Courtney, so.
Oh, there you go.
I do a bit of work there, but not a lot, right? I don't like market towards it, but if I have people, I will.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for anyone that might want to get into or be an appraiser?
Definitely look into it. It's definitely a lucrative business, and there's lots of job opportunity. Not so much, I don't think, locally, but in our communique, which comes out pretty much monthly, there is a list of people, companies looking for appraisers. So there is demand in our industry. So it's definitely something I would.
That's good. Demand's important. I mean, you always hear stories about people going to school for a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of something, and coming out with this big degree and not be able to go to work, right? So.
But it is a lucrative industry, and if you.
Now I want to know how much she makes. No.
You can make decent money, but it's all dependent on the hours that you want to put in. So I mean, some appraisers make $40,000 a year, some make $150,000. So.
Right. So how much you want to work? Just like anything.
Yeah.
Real estate agents, same thing. Older guys that are getting ready to retire, they only want to do a couple deals a month, right, or a year even.
There you go. Yeah. But there's definitely the educational credits and things like that. So it is an industry that makes sure that you keep growing and expanding your knowledge each year. So
keep up to date.
Yeah. And errors and emissions and things like that is quite high, but I think we probably have something similar.
Yeah, we pay a lot to everyone.
There you go.
Errors and emissions, I don't even know. It's all errors and emissions I think is included in like our VIREP fees, but it's expensive.
I think yearly I paid close to $4,300.
In errors and emissions.
And my membership fee. It's together, it's about $4,300.
We don't even talk about ours. I don't know, it's expensive. Well, And getting into real estate, it's not too expensive to do the course, but when you first get in, they don't get super good rates from the brokerage as percentages when you do a deal. And then they hammer you with like 10 grand in license dues and stuff when you first start. So
Oh wow.
it's kind of interesting. You think they'd almost want to give you more in the beginning to make it a little easier if you don't know anyone and have never done a deal, but I've been in it long enough now, that's not a way, obviously, so that's good.
How long have you been in it?
3 years. 3 years. 3 years in February. Not too long.
Yeah,
long,
are
long
you
enough.
originally from here?
No, Hornby Island.
Hornby.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You're from here, right? No, where are you from?
Nope. I grew up in Cold River.
Gold River. Oh,
And then
very
I
good.
lived in Lost. And I went to school in
So this is the big city for both of us, clearly.
Yeah.
Huh, crazy.
Yeah.
I was up north in Alberta and stuff for a long time. It's nice here. Not
Yeah,
bad.
it's beautiful.
Cool, alright. Well, anything else to offer anyone? Any advice or anything on appraising or
Advice on appraisal.
your phone number or anything in case they want to get an appraisal done? What, she works at Cunningham, Rivard, which is
I
across
do.
from City Hall.
Phone number 250-287-9595.
There we go. Thanks everyone.
Thank
Have
you.
a great weekend.
Thanks, Robert.
Yeah, you're welcome.